Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
This is
Black Susan.
So you are a Muslim?
I am.
So are you convert?
No, I'm not a convert.
Okay, because it said Black what, Susie?
Black Susan.
Okay, all right.
Susan.
Susan.
Because Susan is typically, let's say, a white name, right? So I always get questioned if that's my real name or not.
Question what?
That's her real name. If your question is her real name.
Okay, no. What? Okay, since you're a woman, we want to hear a woman's perspective.
Okay.
Muslims keep telling us that Muslims are more Christians than us and they practice and do what Jesus did. And I challenge, I'm sure you've been listening. Jesus got circumcised on the 8th day. Abraham commanded circumcision on the 8th day. Even this is an argument used by Muslims. I didn't use it. Adnan Rashid. You can look it up. So I challenge the Muslims, and I want to hear a woman's perspective because you're a woman. The man is one thing. They thought it's okay. I challenge the Muslims to show me in the Quran where it says to get circumcised at all. Is there a verse in the Quran that says that?
I can't verify whether or not it is in the verse,
Right.
but it is circumcision for males is mandatory, much like Judaism.
Where
And
does
it
it
is
say it's mandatory on the 8th day?
I never said the 8th day.
No, but Abraham said 8th day.
Fair enough. I can understand your logic on that. What I'm saying for Muslims, there's not a specific day, but it's recommended as soon as possible after the baby's born.
So is it recommended or mandatory? They're not the same.
It's mandatory, but I'm assuming there are situations where it might be prevented. For example, if there's medical reasons where the child cannot be circumcised right away, there might be a reason for delay. I know with my sons, it was done on the day they were born.
Okay, so you violated the Abrahamic covenant because Abraham was told 8th day. Ishmael got circumcised 8th day. So why did you go against the covenant of Abraham?
Because we follow the Sunnah, and whatever Muhammad ﷺ
Oh,
mandates
I see.
supersedes Abraham.
So where did Muhammad mandate that your children get circumcised right the day they're born?
I never said this the day they're born. I said
So why did you
personally,
do it on the day
my
they were
sons.
born?
I live in Canada,
What did she say?
and so
lives in Canada.
I live in Canada. Sorry, let me take my headphones off.
No, I can hear you perfectly. So you just because Canadian law, not Sharia, told you to do it?
Not Canadian law. So in Canada, specifically where I live, unless you're only in the hospital really 24 hours after giving birth, and the convenience of having it in the hospital versus going to a clinic where you have to book an appointment and stuff like that, that delays the process and the healing. So it's if you have the means to do it, you do it as early as you can in the hospital.
Where did Muhammad say that?
So I live in a predominantly Christian country. The
No, I
Sharia
know
law
that,
does
but where
not
did Muhammad
apply.
say what you just said?
But what I'm trying to explain to you is for those that do not live in a Muslim majority country, it is recommended that the Sharia law doesn't supersede the laws of the land.
Okay,
so
so maybe I'm
in
not
my
clear. Where do you find Muhammad saying if you're in a Muslim majority country to do what you do?
where do I find it?
Because you're
You
saying,
wouldn't.
well, we're living in a majority Christian nation, we can't apply Sharia. It means you're telling me it's Sharia to do it on a specific day. So where in the Sharia does it say what you just said?
Not in a specific day.
Okay.
I don't have the knowledge of what day specifically or what day is best.
Okay, did you honor Muhammad? Did you get circumcised?
That's a
No,
very
why you
personal
hold on,
question.
are you ashamed? I'm reading the hadith. Don't be ashamed. You just said
No,
your sons
I
got
don't
circumcised.
believe. I personally do not believe in female circumcision.
You say what I want?
I personally do not believe in female circumcision.
Well, your prophet did. We just read the sound hadith. You want me to read them again? Aisha did.
Sure, go ahead. You can read it for me.
Okay, one more time.
I personally
Well,
do not.
Do not tell us your personal faith. You're a Muslim. You submit to Allah and His Messenger. Do not tell us your personal faith, because then you're going to be
But
a,
it's left for
hypocrite.
interpretation.
Here it is. Aisha and Muhammad.
Yeah, this is Sunan Abu Dawud. This is 5271 on Sunan.com. Sunan Abu Dawud.
I'll read out because the Arabic words. No, narrated Atiyah al-Ansariya.
All right,
A
says-
woman. Oh, you want to
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Excited.
Want to get, you repeat it, so it gets you consistent.
Go ahead.
A woman used to perform circumcision in Medina. The Prophet said to her, "Do not cut severely, as that is better for a woman and more desirable for a husband."
Can you tell her what the hadith classifies by al-Albani?
Yeah, it's great, Sahih.
Sahih. So your prophet saw a woman circumcising her. He says, don't cut too severely. I mean, cut, but not too severely. So why did you go against what your prophet forbid?
Can you give the actual context from the Quran?
Yeah, what Quran? The Quran says nothing about circumcision of men. But so why did you circumcise your boys?
Well, I'm asking you the question though.
I answered you from the same sunnah that you got, circumcise your boys. The Quran knows nothing of circumcision. That's my argument. My argument is your Quran makes no sense because you cannot find many of these practices in your Quran. You agreed it's not the Quran, the sunnah. But the same sunnah you appealed to justify circumcising your boys is the same sunnah that says not just boys but girls. One part you kept, you ignored the other. When are you going to make tawbah? And when are you going to get circumcised? Wait, why are you
You're almost making it seem like things that are sunnah are fard, but it's not.
Okay, so is it far to circumcise males?
It is.
Where does it say that?
I implore you to Google that since you guys have the computer in front of you.
Okay, so if it's not fard, then why did your prophet allow it? Why did he say, hey, don't do it? Why did Aisha have her nieces get circumcised? You
Why
understand
did
the
she?
hadith of Aisha? Where her
Sure,
nieces,
go ahead.
the daughters of her brother, they got circumcised. She goes, now bring someone to them so that they can not focus on the pain. So for everyone, I want everyone here. It's not mandatory, right? It is sunnah, which means what exactly? So sunnah means it's preferred, it's more preferable you do it, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so Muhammad and Aisha preferred that woman do it. But you're saying you prefer not to. So you know more than that?
No.
So again, why don't you do what is more preferable? And why don't you get circumcised?
I don't think the option, when people are getting circumcised, let's say from my native land, I'm from Somalia, right? I did not.
Oh, they do
grow up
that
in
a lot
Somalia.
there.
Exactly.
See,
Whereas
wait, did you
in
hear it?
Canada-
Wait, sister, come back. Exactly. She doesn't admit. Muslims in Somalia, they do it a lot, right?
Sure.
And so why didn't you do it? Why were you being a bad Muslim when it's more preferable to do a sunnah?
Please show me an account of a 10-year-old who actively goes out to go find someone to circumcise
I don't need
himself.
to show you. Your prophet said a woman was circumcising girls. And
That's not my
Aisha's
point.
nieces
My
got
point is-
circumcised. So are you saying that they have to be 10? It doesn't say anything about their age. For all I know, they're
I'm
probably
giving
9 years
you-
old like Aisha.
I'm giving you a random age. It's not to the child, it's to the parent.
It says here that Aisha's nieces were circumcised. So it's okay if they're grown-ups. So okay, you're grown-up. So why don't you get circumcised?
What would the point of a circumcision on an adult who's already had children?
So
be
you just
equivalent?
said that Muhammad and Aisha don't know what they're talking about. Choose your words carefully. Exactly,
I never said
Muhammad.
they
Here,
don't
let
know what
me
they're
repeat
talking
what you said. Hold on, I'm gonna repeat it to Muhammad and Aisha. Exactly, Muhammad and Aisha. What's the point that you got these girls circumcised if they're adults? Don't you know better? I'm just reading your hadith. She's saying, what's the point? Exactly. So now you're gonna say they were children?
No, you're asking me as an adult, why don't I make Toba and go ahead with the
Yeah,
circumcision?
because
I'm telling you,
is it
I'm
more
an adult.
preferable to do a sunnah than not?
It is more preferable to do sunnah.
And in your Somalia, were there young girls who got circumcised?
Sure, like much
How
of East
old?
Africa.
How old?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
Were
not
they
expert.
under 10? Do you know some who were under 10?
I personally don't know of any.
Okay. But so you're saying in Africa, but Africa was invaded by Islam. But let's say that was before Islam. So why is
I
Muhammad?
wouldn't say Africa was ever invaded by Islam. I
I'm
think
telling
Islam
you
is
it's invaded by
great
Islam, not you. I'm telling you.
But
The
I
Muslims
could
took
also
over.
argue that Christianity invaded.
Yeah, don't change the
Europe.
subject. The Africans
South
do
America.
female circumcision because of the Muslims, right?
Female circumcision is not exclusive to Islam.
Okay, so you're saying that Muhammad, like a good pagan, adopted the pagan practices. Because the
Not
Africans were pagans, right?
I'm not saying that.
Because can you show me where Christians and Jews circumcise girls?
You tell me. I wouldn't
None
have that
of
information.
them. Nada.
I would have assumed that I'm joining in a little late. And by the topic, it says, why do Muslims
Okay, we'll
reject
talk
the
about
prophets?
that. I'll change it. But I
That's
just
what
want.
I wanted to speak.
Okay, we'll talk about it because we're going to get there. I promise. Let me finish. Just for the record, you'll not find any Jew or Christian circumcising women. The pagans did it. So again, you just admit Muhammad is following pagan practices, not the practices of Ibrahim.